Hey everyone, we need your support. Please hit the like button. YouTube hasn't been recommending our videos, and this is our only source of income. We need our videos to reach more people. Otherwise, unfortunately, we'll have to stop sharing our stories. So if you enjoy these theories, please leave a like. It's free and helps us keep the channel going. With that said, let's get started.
Goku was in his field, about to begin his day. Unexpectedly, Dai Shinkan would make his presence known. "High Priest, I didn't expect you here," Goku would say. "Mr. Goku, it's a pleasure to see you," Dai Shinkan would say. "I'm here to notify you that you've been invited to an exhibition match." "Great! Who am I going to fight?" Goku would say, excitedly, since he loved those kinds of fights. "Against whom?" "No, against whom?" Dai Shinkan would say. "He will fight against the 12 gods of destruction." "The 12? Goku would say, bewildered. "Indeed, I would say, Dai Shinkan. But I don't understand it. I didn't do anything to them," Goku would say. "Nobody said that. The objective of this battle is simply to test the performance of the gods," Dai Shinkan would say. "During this last period, not only have you proven to be stronger than a god of destruction, more than one warrior in the Tournament of Power has done it, and we have witnessed other subjects who have also surpassed them." "I understand. I suppose they want to teach them a lesson," Goku would say. "I think he understood," Dai Shinkan would say. "Brilliant. Count me in," Goku would say. Goku would talk to Milk about that exhibition match. "Don't tell me you're going out to fight again," Milk would say. "Don't get so worked up. It's only a few hours," Goku would say. "I hope so. Remember that you have a lot of work to do, and I don't want you to be away for too long," I'd say, Milk. The days would pass. In a remote corner of the universe, a battle was being fought that transcended the limits of reality. Goku was in the center of the celestial arena, surrounded by the 12 gods of destruction. "This will be exciting," Goku would say. He had been summoned by Zeno-sama, the king of all, to test his strength against the most powerful beings in existence. Goku, always eager for a challenge, wore a smile on his face and a gleam of excitement in his eyes. "This idiot thinks he has a chance against us?" Kitela thought, annoyed since he hated Goku. "This fight is going to be very exciting," one Zeno-sama would say. "Yes, with this we will decide the fate of the gods," the other Zeno-sama would say. Each of the gods would be terrified by Zeno-sama's words. They believed that this encounter was a form of simple training, not something that would decide the continuation of their lives. "Great Lord, will we be eliminated if we lose?" Bill would say, bewildered. "Well, it depends," a Zeno-sama would say. "Yes, it depends," the other mistress would say. "The reason for this confrontation is to evaluate the performance of the gods," Dai Shinkan would intervene. "Mr. Goku, like other beings, has become stronger, so consider it a wake-up call." "So does that mean that if we lose, we will be destroyed?" I would say, Jairus. "It's a possibility," Dai Shinkan would say. Everyone would look at Goku in a sinister way. "Don't look at me, you should have trained," Goku would say. "Let the fight begin," Dai Shinkan would say, giving the signal. The 12 gods of destruction would surround Goku, each representing a different universe. Their auras were overwhelming, emanating a power that made even space-time tremble. Goku, however, remained calm, ready to give his best. "I never thought I would find myself in a situation like this. I feel excited but also terrified," Goku would say. Goku would transform to Super Saiyan Blue without losing a single second. He knew he had to take this fight seriously from the start. "Mr. Goku, it's unnecessary to remind you that if we notice you letting yourself lose or not fighting seriously, you will be eliminated despite being a friend of Zeno-sama," Dai Shinkan would say. "I know it, and that motivates me even more," Goku would say. The battle would finally begin. Goku and the gods of destruction clashed in an epic confrontation. The energy flickered in the air, creating a colorful spectacle that illuminated everything around. The kings, completely thrilled, watched the battle while the angels carefully analyzed their gods of destruction. Some of the angels were proud of their gods, while others were disappointed in them. The best case was Mojito, whose god of destruction was only good at creating barriers. It cannot be that someone who has the responsibility to destroy is an expert in defense, Mojito would think, annoyed. I can tell you're tense,
okay, Margarito would say. Just look, my god of destruction, Mojito said. All the gods were attacking Goku in a coordinated fashion, although Sidra was the least effective. All his attacks were especially weak compared to the others, and he was also the most exhausted after only a few minutes of fighting. At one point, Goku knocked Kitella off his platform and launched himself at Sidra with everything he had. The god of destruction of Universe 9 created a barrier to protect himself. Goku struck it hard, and the barrier was destroyed. "It can't be," Sidra said. Then Goku would kick Sidra away. The god of destruction would be left on the ground, almost unable to move. The kings of everything expressed gestures of disagreement. "I see you didn't like that," I'd say, Daishinkan. "Sidra is very weak," I'd say as Zenosama. "If he doesn't know how to fight," the other Zenosama would say. Goku would try to knock Sidra off the platform, but Mosco and Geras would get in his way. Both would attack him with powerful ki beams, but Goku would cross his arms, resisting the attacks. Then Goku would face the god of destruction of Universe 1, a being with the ability to vanish planets with a simple gesture. Goku's fists moved with astonishing speed, but the god of destruction blocked every attack with divine grace. The battle was intense, but Goku kept a smile on his face, enjoying every moment. "I've been told you're one of the strongest, and I see they weren't wrong," Goku would say. Later he would join Arak, the god of Universe 5, a being with the ability to manipulate reality itself. Goku would find himself fighting against illusions and distortions while dodging his opponent's attacks. Although challenging, Goku once again demonstrated his ability to adapt, surpassing the limits of reality with every move. The battle continued, and Goku faced each god of destruction with determination and courage. The gods of destruction were astonished by Goku's unparalleled power, even though they were supreme beings. Goku would prove that determination and self-improvement could overcome even the most powerful gods. Little by little, the first gods would fall. Sidra could no longer fight, then Kitella and Geras. Goku faced 9 gods of destruction who were really tired. Zenosama would watch the battle with interest, admiring Goku's strength and indomitable spirit. However, the real test was yet to come. The 9 gods of destruction united in a final effort, combining their powers to form an impenetrable barrier around Goku. "What are they planning?" Goku would ask attentively. The barrier shone with overwhelming intensity, defying even Goku's resistance. But instead of backing down, Goku closed his eyes. At that moment, his body began to glow with a golden light, and an overwhelming energy emanated from him. "He can't be using Ultra Instinct," Beerus would say. "We're just helping him get stronger," Champa would say angrily. Goku would unleash his ki to the fullest, destroying that barrier. The gods of destruction did not know how to act on sight of such power.
They watched in amazement as Goku floated in space, surrounded by a sphere of glowing energy. Zenosama smiled, impressed by the extraordinary display of power. Goku would knock down all the gods of destruction with a powerful ki attack. Many of them would fall off the platform. Only Arak, Beerus, and Vermood would remain. "Damn, we're in trouble," Beerus would say. "I can't believe you let a mortal get that strong," Vermood would say. "What are you talking about? What about Jiren?" Beerus would say. "He's different," Vermood would say. "It's the same thing. This is all our fault for not progressing in our training," Arak would say. "Confidence in our powers of destruction and our positions have led us to this." Goku would reach the 3 gods of destruction and begin exchanging blows with them with great ferocity. Despite their teamwork, they couldn't land a single attack. Goku would strike each one of them, knocking them out of the fight. Although Beerus was the one resisting, Vermood and Arak would be left on their knees, while the god of destruction of Universe 7 struggled to continue fighting. "That's right, Beerus. I know deep down you're the most worthy of fighting me," Goku would say. "Don't talk like you're better than a god," Beerus would say. Seriously? Beerus would manage to partially activate Ultra Instinct. Goku would be filled with excitement, given that he had never had the opportunity to face someone who also used it. They would both launch themselves at each other and begin to exchange attacks fiercely, although as the minutes passed, Beerus would lose his condition. His Ultra Instinct wasn't as perfect as Goku's. Finally, Goku would manage to defeat Beerus, taking the victory. And the winner was Mr. Goku, Daishinken would say. "Damn, you made us look ridiculous," Kitella would say. "Mr. Kitella, do you have any complaints?" Daishinken would ask seriously. "No, I'm sorry, great sir," Kitella would say. "I want all universes to have the opportunity to grow and thrive. May peace and harmony reign throughout the multiverse," Goku would say. "My goal is not to ridicule anyone, but to encourage them not to stop training." "Goku is right," both Ino-samas would say. "If you'll excuse us for a moment," Daishinken would say. The angels would go to the platform to heal their gods of destruction, while Daishinken conversed with the kings of everything. The pause would frighten everyone. "Lord Beerus, that was incredible," Goku said as he approached him. "He was the best fighter of them all, combining strength and technique. Honestly, I notice he's much better than our first meeting." "Did Goku already defeat you in the past?" Champa would say. "Don't be silly," Beerus would say furiously. "No, not at all. Thanks to Beerus, I learned to use the ki of a god," Goku would say. "He certainly humiliated me. He beat me by a landslide." "So you're the reason Goku is so strong," Jiren would say. "You should be thanking Mr. Goku. After what happened with Zamasu, all of you are alive thanks to him," Whis would say. "What are you talking about?" Geras would say. "Good heavens, the idea was to keep it a secret," Rumos would say. "We angels know, but we've kept it to ourselves, gods of destruction," Vados would say. Then Daishinken and Zeno-sama would end their meeting. They would announce their decision. "Zeno-sama is concerned about the gods' performance. He can't allow them to be so weak against mortals," Daishinken would say. "Therefore, he will give you 1 year to strengthen yourselves. Each of you must be stronger than Mr. Goku." "What?" Sidra would say, terrified. "Did you hear that?" Daishinken would say. "Mr. Goku will be forced to train for... Don't give them an advantage. If they don't reach their level within a year, they'll be eliminated." "Wow, I think Mr. Champa will have to get in shape," Vados would say. "I can't believe it. It's a very complex position," Bill would say, surprised. Each of the gods returned to their respective universe with a bitter taste in their mouths. They had 1 year to reach Goku's level, even though he had to train as well. They all felt the pressure of the king of all. Millennia had passed without training, and now they would have to make up for lost time. "I can't believe it. We're doomed," Champa said nervously. "Remember when I told him not to stop training?" Vados said mockingly. "This isn't the time for jokes. I have to think of something," Champa said. "Training," Vados replied. "No, something else," Champa said. "Losing weight. That's enough," Champa said furiously. Champa would sit on a rock while holding his head. He was stressed. He felt that the goal Zeno-sama had set for him was too demanding. "I don't understand it. Why is this happening to us?" Champa would say. "I don't think he understood anything I said," Vados would say. "I have no time for regrets. It's time to get to work," Champa would say. "Well, he finally decided to train," Vados would say. "Nothing of the sort. We have to find a way to eliminate Goku so that the fight doesn't happen. That's how we're loved. We won't disappear," Champa would say. "Heavens, I think it would be good to change gods of destruction," Vados would think. Meanwhile, Goku would break the news to Chi-Chi. She didn't seem at all happy about the fact that Goku had to train. "It can't be, Goku. You weren't supposed to fight for more than a few hours, and now it turns out you have to train," Chi-Chi would say furiously. "I'm sorry, Chi-Chi, but it's not my decision. It's Zeno's order." "Sure, and you don't agree?" Chi-Chi would say angrily. "I remind you that if you don't train, Zeno will destroy Universe 7. In case you haven't noticed, I'm seen as an example to the gods." "I don't care if you're an example or not. Your responsibility is at home,"
Working and bringing home money, Chi-Chi would say. Hey, Chi-Chi, did you see how dirty that is? Goku would say, pointing to the side. Dirty? Where? Chi-Chi would say, turning around. In that moment of distraction, Goku disappeared. Goku! She would shout at Milk furiously. Goku was in another part of Earth. Goodness, it gets more demanding every day, Goku would say. Now I have to train. Those gods of destruction won't stand idly by. With great excitement, Goku began his training. Meanwhile, Beerus was meditating on his planet. He was concentrating to master Ultra Instinct. Whis watched attentively. It's been a long time since I've seen him this determined, Whis thought. Suddenly, Margarita and Vermouth arrived. Oh, what a surprise! What an unexpected visit, Whis would say. Don't play dumb, okay? Margarita would say. Hey, idiot, stop sleeping, Vermouth would say grumpily. Beerus would slowly open his eyes with a very serene air. What do you want? You should be training, Beerus would say. I want you to know that all of this is your fault. You should never have strengthened Goku like that, Vermouth would say. I don't want to hear complaints. Go back to your universe and don't bother me, Bill would say seriously. As you can see, I'm training, so don't waste my time. Don't try to downplay your responsibility. This is your fault, Vermouth would say. If you want, we can call Zeno-sama so you can ask him about your question, Bill would say.
Vermouth looked nervous at Beerus's comment, though he tried to hide it. You're a damn bastard, Vermouth said. Margarita, let's go. Vermouth and Margarita left without having made any plans. I really have to admire him. He's the only god of destruction who has things figured out, Whis said. Zeno-sama is right. We've become overconfident in our powers, Beerus would say. I think I'm one of the few who enjoys fighting. That's why my level is different from the rest. I think it would be best to warn Mr. Goku about this, Whis said. You go. I can't waste a single moment training, Beerus replied. As you command, Whis said. Goku was at Capsule Corporation training in a gravity chamber. At that moment, Whis appeared. Whis, what's wrong? Goku asked. Mr. Goku, I see you're training with great enthusiasm, Whis said. That's right, I don't want Zeno-sama to destroy the universe because I'm standing still without increasing my power, Goku said. I have to give you a warning that you should heed, Whis said seriously. Don't tell me it's about the other gods of destruction, Goku said seriously. Indeed, none of them are happy with you, Whis said. That was to be expected. I could read it in their sinister auras. Those guys don't like me at all, but that'll make it easier for me to hit them harder. That's good to hear, although I recommend you be careful, Whis said. Don't tell me they want to hurt me, Goku said. Goku, well, that's a pretty strong possibility. They've already visited Lord Bits to discuss it, but he rejected them, Whis said. I just recommend you be careful and keep your eyes open. Anything can happen. Whis left, leaving Goku worried. Even so, the Saiyan was determined to become stronger to face the gods of destruction. If they try anything against Earth, they won't make it to the fight, Goku said. Seriously. Beerus continued with his meditation training. Whis would return and inform him of what he had discussed with Goku. In Universe 11, Jiren was with Vermouth. He had been summoned by the god of destruction to have someone to fight with. He had no choice but to train hard, and Jiren was the best option to match the difficulty of facing Goku. Vermouth attacked with everything Jiren had. Even so, he dodged every single attack from the god of destruction. Vermouth had no chance whatsoever. Jiren's reflexes were spectacular. It can't be that fast. It's as if he reads all my movements, Vermouth would say. It's because he's literally reading all her movements, Margarita would say. Jiren would suddenly strike Vermouth's face hard, throwing him several meters away. The god of destruction would roll several meters along the ground and crash into his castle. Good heavens! I would say, Vermouth, you have a lot of power, but you lack physical conditioning, Jiren would say. Furthermore, you were letting your emotions control you. I know, Vermouth would say. You don't need to know. You also have to put it into practice, Margarita would say.
After that, Kitella would come to visit. Hey, why doesn't anyone want to meet? Kitella would say. It's obvious. Everyone's afraid to mess with Goku. There's nothing left to do but train, Vermood would say. Don't be silly. We won't even reach his level in a year, Kitella would say. We have to kill him before the year is up so the fight gets canceled. What makes you think that fight's going to be canceled? Vermood would say. It's logical. This is all about Goku, Kitella would say. If we make him disappear, Zeno-sama won't hold the fight. It's a risky strategy, okay? He has more to lose than to gain, Margarita would say. That's true. One mistake could cost us our lives, Vermood would say. Jiren was present, though he didn't like Kitella's presence. Hey, can we talk without your mortals listening? Kitella would say arrogantly. That comment would put Jiren in a bad mood. It would be clear in his expression of displeasure. Kitella would be frightened by the warrior's gesture. I'd better go. I'm not going to waste my time here, Jiren would say. Come on, stay. I need to train, Vermood would say. I don't think I'm welcome, Jiren would say. Jiren would leave, returning to the Pride Troopers. Look what you did. Jiren was useful to me. Listen, we can get rid of Goku, Kitella would say. We just have to attack him at his weak point and anger Zeno-sama, he would say. Sure, that sounds good. Come on, I'm serious. Is that disappearing in a year? Kitella would say. Vermood would watch Margarita, expecting a comment from her. Don't look at me, okay? You were the god of destruction, Margarita would say. Tell me what you have in mind, Vermood would say. Days later, Goku was training with all his might. He used training weights inside the augmented gravity capsule. Sweat ran down his forehead due to the intensity of his training, until at one point he felt a strange sensation. Goku would reach the sky using teleportation. I was waiting for something. I think it's about to arrive, Goku would say. Suddenly, a ball of ki would reach Goku at an exorbitant speed. Goku would grab her just in time, although he would be pushed to the ground with tremendous force. Goku, with great effort, would manage to slow her down. That's how it was until he stopped her. Goku was a few meters off the ground. Damn, this energy is very intense, Goku would say wearily. If it had reached Earth, it would have destroyed it. Goku would throw the ki ball back into the sky. Once far away, it would explode chaotically. This was an attack from the gods. There's no other explanation, Goku would say seriously. Kitella, Jess, and Vermood were gathered together watching everything. Damn, your plan didn't work, Vermood would say. Come on, it was close, Kitella would say. If the result is negative, there's no point in celebrating that it was close, Beerus would say. This is pointless. We have to train anyway and try to compete against Goku, at least enough to not make fools of ourselves. Next time will be better. We almost caught him by surprise, Kitella would say. There won't be a next time. Goku will be on his guard from now on, so the conspiracies are canceled. Come on, he can't be that cowardly, Kitella would say furiously. Champa would arrive. He was the one who least wanted to train. Idiots don't know how to hit him where it hurts, Champa would say. Because you certainly do, Vermood would say. I know people like Goku. They're prisoners of their ideals of justice. Mess with something they believe in, and he'll be capable of anything to keep his convictions firm. Get to the point, Kitella would say. I have a way to make Goku different from the rest of himself, Champa would say with a sinister smile. I don't like this at all, Vadis would think. On Beerus's planet, the god of destruction was increasing his ki in a colossal way. Whis was amazed at the rapid progress he was making. Wow, it seems like feeling threatened for one's life works as a motivator, Whis would say. I'll have to tell Zeno-sama to threaten him more often. It's still not enough, Beerus would say, clenching his fist. I need more power. He's been working a lot on his ki.
I think he needs to put it into practice better, Whis said. What are you waiting for? It's time to fight, Beerus said. Beerus and Whis got into fighting stances. They glared at each other challengingly. In an instant, Beerus landed a powerful punch on Whis. The angel blocked the attack with ease, though the force of the impact sent a shockwave across the planet. His strength is considerable, but he lacks technique, Whis said. Beerus unleashed his ki to its fullest extent, surrounding his body with Hakai energy. Suddenly, he unleashed a series of consecutive blows on Whis. The angel blocked each attack, though he could sense that each of Beerus's blows was stronger than the last. He's really making considerable progress, Whis thought to himself. News of the Gods of Destruction's attempts to eliminate Goku spread rapidly throughout the universe. In Universe 7, Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan were aware of the situation. While training intensely, Goku reflected on the gravity of the threat they faced. It seems these Gods of Destruction are willing to do anything. I can't underestimate them, Goku would say. I always thought those guys were trouble. Now more than ever, Kakarot, we need to be on our guard, Vegeta would say. Dad, what are we going to do? Gohan would ask. I'm going to keep training, Gohan. I can't afford to let my guard down. Besides, I'm sure there's more at stake than we know, Goku would say. Goku, can't you talk to Zeno-sama about what's going on? Bulma would say. He'll surely understand that this is unfair. You're supposed to train until the next match, but these gods are playing dirty. If I do that, Zeno-sama might get so angry that he would destroy his universes. I can't take that risk. After all, innocent people would pay the price, Goku would say. Good heavens, I can't believe it, Bulma would say. Anyway, I'll be here, Kakarot. Don't forget that I'm stronger than you, Vegeta would say proudly. Whatever you say, Vegeta, Goku would say, laughing. Hey, don't make fun of me, Vegeta would say. Meanwhile, in Universe 6, Champa was discussing with Vados his strategy to face Goku. We can't beat him in a direct fight. That guy is too strong now. We need something more cunning, Champa would say. I thought I already had something in mind, Champa, Vados would say. Yes, I've been thinking about it. Goku has always been a family man, right? I think there's a way to turn it against him, Champa would say. Then Vados would say, I don't know, Champa would say, when he surrendered. Meanwhile, Goku was training fervently, while the rest of our friends would be on the lookout for any possible attack. It makes no sense for them to kill me. What will they say to Zeno-sama? Goku would wonder. If they were going to do something to stop the tournament, I'd be worried if it was something strange. At that moment, Vermud would reach space a short distance from Earth. Are you sure about this? Margarita would say. Yes, it's not a solution, but it will buy us some time, I would say, Vermud. Do it now before someone sees us. As you wish, okay, Margarita would say. Margarita would drop a ball of energy. Upon reaching Earth's atmosphere, it would completely engulf it. In that way, only a glow would be visible from Earth. What was that? Bulma would say. Mom, did something happen? I'd say, Trons. Don't know. It was a very strange glow, Bulma said, worried. This will buy us time, Vermud would say. Vermud and Margarita would leave, leaving everything to its fate. The fact that he has altered the flow over time does not mean that he should not train, okay? Margarita would say. I know, but it will make things easier, Vermud would say. Moments after they both returned to their planet, they would meet Jerez, who was waiting for Vermud. Where were you? I've been waiting for you for hours, Jerez said, annoyed. Vermud would say, he was just resolving a few issues. Now we have more time to train. Training? Jerez would say, puzzled. Don't tell me you changed your mind. The idea still stands, Vermud would say. Margarita would reflect the Earth in her staff. I created a time distortion. A year will pass for us, but 6 months for Goku, Vermud would say. That way we'll have the advantage. We were supposed to kill him, Jerez would say. Don't do this. There's no point in killing him. Enough is enough. If we keep attracting Zeno-sama's attention, he'll make us disappear before the new tournament. Vermouth would say. I can't believe it, Jerez would say. You're a damn coward. Think what you want. I don't care, Vermouth would say. Jerez would leave furiously, hoping that the plans to stop Goku would continue, but none of the gods of destruction dared to take any action. The issue with Goku was delicate, and they would finally understand that they should train without wasting so much time. All the gods of destruction would find out about Goku's actions, so they would have no choice but to take advantage and train with all their might. A few months would pass. Yako would arrive on Earth, but his navigation system, it would start to fail as soon as it reaches the atmosphere. What's going on with this? Zhao said, puzzled. Yako would have serious problems. He couldn't control the ship. The scores would skyrocket to impossible numbers. He was about to reach the Capsule Corporation and would end up escaping from the ship before it crashed into the garden. Bulma and Vegeta would come out and see Zhao watching the ship. Jaco, what did you do? Bulma would say furiously. I didn't do anything. Something strange is going on here, Zhao would say. What are you talking about? Bulma would say furiously. Zhao would take a radar and begin to analyze the air. Ooh, I see. Time distortion. That's why my ship failed, Zhao would say. Time distortion? Bulma would say. Bulma, were you playing with time? Zhao would ask. Hey, don't accuse me of something you don't know about, Bulma would say. So explain this, Zhao would say, showing him the radar. Bulma would check it, but she wouldn't understand the metrics. I don't understand, Bulma would say, puzzled. Bulma, what did you do? Vegeta would say. I didn't do anything. Shut your mouth, Bulma would say furiously. Our friends would enter the laboratory to begin studying the situation. Goku would arrive, having been alerted by Vegeta that something was wrong. What's going on? Goku would ask. Bulma, time on Earth passes very quickly, Bulma would say. I don't understand. It means that here, time passes at twice the speed, while in the rest of the universe everything is normal, Zhao would say. So that here, 6 months is equal to a year outside. I don't understand. Sweetie, you're an idiot, Bulma would say furiously. Bulma would begin to explain the situation to him very patiently so that Goku would understand. Meanwhile, we see Beerus training fervently on his planet. Whis was impressed by the god of destruction's progress. He even saw him becoming more and more enthusiastic. I have to acknowledge his effort. He's really putting in the effort, Whis thought. Whis's staff beeped. Bulma told him what was happening. Oh my god, Whis said. Beerus appeared out of nowhere. What's going on? Beerus asked seriously. Look, Whis said. Those scoundrels, Beerus muttered through gritted teeth. I won't forgive this. Time flowed twice as fast for 6 months, so for Mr. Goku it was 3 months of training, while for the rest it was 6. We're going to have to fix this, Beerus said seriously. Beerus and Whis arrived in space near Earth. There, Whis clearly noticed a subtle energy surrounding Earth. Here's the problem, Whis said, a level 5 time distortion barrier. Remove it, Beerus said. Whis took care of nullifying the effect, and then they arrived with our friends. Thank you, that was a big help, Bulma said. We only did it because it was another god's intervention. Now we need to find out who the cheater was, Beerus would say. It must be someone who lacks the confidence to fight, Goku would say. Goku would be astonished to see Beerus. He would notice something strange about him. Lord Beerus, Goku would say. What do you want? Beerus would say. Wow, he looks renewed, Goku would say. He's been training very hard. Beerus suddenly appeared in front of Goku. This would be a step backward. It's fast, Goku would say. I'm not going to let you humiliate me like last time, Beerus would say. So start making up for lost time. I've done my part. Hey, can we fight? Goku would ask. I want to see how strong you've become. Oh, I see you want to know the true power of a god of destruction, Beerus said with a smile of emotion. Both were ready to test each other, but Whis would place himself between them. They cannot fight before a tournament. That's against the rules, Whis would say. Do they want to anger Zeno-sama? That's right, you're right, Beerus would say. Goku trains hard and makes up for lost time. Remember that you cannot use the time room. Don't worry, I'm not a cheater like the one who did this, Goku said. Beerus and Whis left as Goku smiled. Kakarot, what's wrong? Vegeta asked. This is going to be really exciting, Goku replied. Meanwhile, the gods of destruction had just gathered at Beerus' request. There, the god of destruction of Universe 7 made it clear what had happened. If I find out which of you cheated, I'll report them to King Kai, Beerus said seriously. Several gods of destruction looked at Vermut. Hey, don't look at me, Vermut said. I think everyone's accused you, Beerus said. You're a damned coward. I swear that when the tournament is over, I will tell Zeno-sama. You wouldn't be able to, Vermut would mutter. I can do it now, Beels would say seriously. Gentlemen, we're not going to get anywhere with this, Jairus would say. It's best to forget this setback and continue training. That's Zeno-sama's order. Whatever, Vermut would say. I have nothing to do here. The gods of destruction would return to their universes, preparing for the tournament. Time would pass faster than expected, and the date would arrive. Each of the gods would appear at the new tournament. Goku would arrive excited to see everyone's progress. In this tournament, the existence of the gods would be decided based on their performance in combat. Wow, this will be epic, Goku would say. I see everyone is trained very hard, Daishin-Ken would say. Mr. Goku, I can tell you've increased your fighting power despite having less time than the others. Yes, that's right, thank you, Goku would say. Wait a minute, what do you mean less time? The gods would be terrified by Daishin-Ken's revelation. We were watching everything. We know things, Daishin-Ken would say. Yes, we know things, one Zeno-sama would say. Things we know, the other Zeno-sama would say. I can't believe it, they always knew, Vermut would think, terrified. In this new tournament of power, we will evaluate the progress of the gods of destruction over a year of preparation. Those who fall behind and can't hold their own will be eliminated, Daishin-Ken said. So I hope you've been training. Good heavens, this will be tough, Champa said. That fool Vermut almost ruined everything, Jairus said. The atmosphere was tense among the gods. The angels and the Kaioshin observed the situation. I just hope Lord Beerus manages to stand on his feet, the Kaioshin said. Oh, I saw what he's been training for. I wouldn't be so worried, Whis said. Does he really mean it? The Kaioshin said. Some people with a little motivation achieve amazing things, Whis said. Let the tournament begin, Daishin-Ken said as he gave the announcement. All the gods of destruction would raise their ki to the maximum. Goku couldn't believe it. The atmosphere of destruction was colossal. This is epic, Goku would say. Leaker would reach Goku with a punch that the Saiyan would dodge by no means, but after moving he would receive a cider kick that would send him flying. Goku would roll several meters along the ground, but when he stopped, Arak was in front of him and attacked him with a powerful burst of ki. Goku would be thrown far away, screaming, as the gods of destruction surrounded him. Beerus was the only one who hadn't acted yet. What's wrong with Beerus? Both Zeno-samas would ask. I think he's waiting for the perfect moment, Daishin-Ken would say. The Alito's divine confrontation resonated throughout the Tournament of Power. Goku, after being ambushed by several gods of destruction, would get up smiling with excitement. The intensity of the fight was palpable, and all participants were eager to demonstrate their power. It seems Goku is having trouble, a Zeno-sama would say. Yes, it seems Goku is having problems, another Zeno-sama would say. Remember, you haven't given it your all, Daishin-Ken would say. Beerus was observing the scene from a distance, still not participating. His face showed a mixture of seriousness and determination. Whis, from the stands, remained calm, knowing that his pupil was waiting for the right moment to intervene. Not only has he improved his physical level and technique, but also his spirit, Whis said. I wish that had happened with Lord Champa. He's still the same as always, Vados said. Goku, surrounded by the gods of destruction, smiled confidently. This is great, let's give it our all, Goku exclaimed as he unleashed his energy, creating a shockwave that pushed the gods of destruction away. Goku transformed into Super Saiyan God, making the entire platform tremble. That clown always wants to show off, Jiren muttered under his breath. I won't let you get away with it, Goku, Vermut would say resolutely. Sidra, furious at having been belittled, would charge at Goku with amazing speed.
However, Goku would agilely dodge their attacks, demonstrating that his training in the time distortion had paid off despite the time disadvantage. Frustrated, Sidra would increase his power and launch a series of explosive energy spheres. Goku would easily dodge them, countering with a great ki attack that would leave the present astonished. "That fool rushed things," Geras would say. Sidra would put a barrier around himself, but it wouldn't last long. The barrier would break into thousands of pieces and then throw Sidra far away. The god of destruction would roll several meters along the ground, coming to rest on the edge of the platform. "Damn it, that was close," Sidra would say. The other gods of destruction would also launch an attack before Goku arrived in Sidra, but Goku in his enhanced state faced them with cunning and skill, no matter what they did. They couldn't land a single attack on Goku. "The gods of destruction have grown stronger, but Mr. Goku is not far behind," Daishinken would say.
Goku is very strong, they would both say in Onosamas. Beerus, watching the battle unfold, waited for the right moment to join in. They spent so much time worrying about Goku not getting stronger that they could have trained and achieved good results. Beerus would say, "Time is what punishes them." Goku would unleash a massive ki blast, striking the gods of destruction, then attack them one by one, knocking them off the platform. He had given up on prolonging the battle, given that the gods of destruction were not proving to be up to the task. Little by little, the gods would appear in the stands as they fell from the platform. "I can't believe it. Beerus isn't doing anything," Champa would say. Only Beerus and Vermood remained. Vermood, the god of destruction of Universe 11, was the one who handled the situation best. He was still standing, although he was tired and hurt. "Beerus, you're a filthy rat. You'll let us all die, so you're the only one left," Vermood would say. "The power difference between you and me is vast. I don't intend to save you from the fate you yourselves have written by not training," Beerus would say seriously. "Wow, a little empathy, please," Goku would say. "Even I feel sorry for you." "Beerus is awesome," Unosama would say. "Yes, he's the best god of destruction," the other Unosama would say. "Wow, it seems he has a lot to learn from his brother," Champa would say. "Shut your mouth," Beerus would reply furiously. Vermood, without hesitation, would launch himself with everything towards Goku. He would attack him with all his might, but Goku dodged each of his attacks without any problem. For Goku, Vermood was just a game. Finally, Goku would deliver a powerful blow to his stomach, leaving him breathless. Then he would hold him by the neck so that he could not move. "Is this what you get for cheating and distorting time?" Goku would say. Goku would place his hand on Vermood's chest and detonate a great ki attack. Vermood would be thrown far away. He would fall into the stands, although unconscious. "Well, that was too much." "Okay," Margarita would say. "At least we're still alive," Champa would say. "Not so fast," Daishin would say as he appeared before the gods. "Zenosama is assessing the situation. Once there is a winner, it will be determined whether the gods of destruction deserve to live or not." "It can't be," Katella would say, terrified. "So it all depends on Beerus," Geras would say. "No, the evaluation is personal," Daishin would say. All the gods would be terrified and above all furious with Beerus, since he had stayed alone and had not helped them. "Well, I think this is the real fight I've been waiting for," Goku would say. "Yes, you're right," Beerus would say. "All this time I have trained furtively, hoping that one day my power will surpass yours. Now I will show you what a true god of destruction is." Beerus's body would begin to emanate destructive energy. Goku would be impressed. He felt the adrenaline rush as the real fight began. "All right, I'm waiting for you," Goku would say. Bill would approach Goku with outstanding speed and launch a powerful punch. Goku, however, did not back down. The two met in a clash of fists that generated a shockwave that made the sand tremble. "Wow, Beerus, you've gotten incredibly strong," Goku would exclaim, excited by his opponent's power level. Bill smiled, showing satisfaction. "Don't underestimate yourself, Goku. I've been training hard for this moment," the god of destruction would reply. The battle between Goku and Bill intensified with each passing moment, creating a great spectacle for all the gods. Each would demonstrate their power in an epic confrontation. In the midst of the battle, Beerus watched from the stands. I was surprised by Goku and Beerus' skill. He would begin to question Vermood's decision not to intervene directly, but he knew that he could no longer change the course of events. Vermood's actions were not enough, all because of trusting him, Beerus would think furiously. Zeno-sama and Dai-Shin watched the intensity of the tournament with interest. "This is exciting," one of the Onosamas would exclaim. "Yes, this is very exciting," the other mistress would say. The battle continues with Goku, driven by the desire to surpass his limits. He would enter a higher state, his energy would raise to astonishing levels, and the gods of destruction, including Beerus, would be truly amazed. "That can't be," Beerus would say, bewildered. "What kind of person is Goku?" Jiren would say, shocked. Goku would scream as his ki continued to grow. Her hair, which had been blue, would begin to lighten until it turned white. Bill knew he had to take the situation seriously. In that way, the god of destruction would launch himself with everything he had towards Goku. He would reach him with a strong blow to his chest, which, although it had resounded throughout the platform, had not been enough to move him. "That is not true," Beerus would say, bewildered. Goku would send Beerus flying with one punch. This one was nowhere near falling off the platform. Even so, Goku would catch up to him and with a kick would send him flying high into the air. Once in the sky, Goku would throw him again and knock him down with a hammer blow. Goku would hit the ground hard. In that way, Beerus would create a huge hole with his fall. "Come on, Beerus, don't waste my time," Goku would say. "I know you're much better than that." Bill would slowly get to his feet. He would crack his neck, ready to fight. "Wow, you took me by surprise. If I hadn't been saved, I would have fallen off the platform. I'm not going to ruin this fight because of that rule about falling off," Goku would say. "Beerus, you'd better win," Katella would say. "That's right. If you win, maybe the one who loves us will forgive us," Beerus would say. "Look at them. They think I fight for them," Beerus would say. "Don't pay them any attention. This fight is between us," Goku would say. Beerus would begin to raise his ki, closing his eyes and concentrating. His purple Hawkeye energy would change to white energy, reflecting the essence of Ultra Instinct. Beerus would open his eyes. These were completely illuminated. Goku would be surprised. "This is the first time I see another person using Ultra Instinct." From nowhere, Beerus was standing in front of Goku with his fist ready. Goku would just block the attack. Goku would cross his arms. The attack would impact, generating a large trail of light along the platform. After that, they both began exchanging blows at high speed. The gods of destruction could barely keep up with Goku and Beerus' movements. Both gave their best, demonstrating that the only limits were in the imagination. At one point, Goku and Bill would hit each other hard in the face, sending them flying away. The fight seemed endless as both gave it their all, but only the angels saw the truth. "The fight will end at any moment," Whis would say. "What is he talking about?" the Kaishowan would say. "Both are using Ultra Instinct. They're spending a lot of energy in a short amount of time," Vados would say. "Therefore, at any moment, one will fall and the other will be the winner. Beerus has to win because he's a god," Vermood would say.
Okay, Mr. Goku can win because he used Ultra Instinct earlier. "It can't be," Kitel Rabiato would say. The battle continued with majestic intensity as Goku and Beerus gave it their all. At one point, they would both launch themselves with a shower of ki balls that would collide with each other. Then they would launch themselves at each other, beginning to exchange blows at high speed. After several seconds of attack, Goku and Beerus would take a step back. They looked exhausted. They both took a moment to catch their breath before continuing. Then they would approach each other again to attack, but both would lose their last instinct and fall to the ground. "It just can't be." "Who won?" Champa would say. Goku and Beerus would stand up. Both suffered from severe cramps that prevented them from moving. The pain was unbearable. It was the price for using Ultra Instinct to its fullest extent. "Damn it, I was just a little short," Beerus would say. Even so, I'll beat you, Goku would say. Both would launch themselves with the little strength they had left. They would attack each other with the little strength they had. His movements were slow and weary. They didn't even have the strength to dodge. The atmosphere grew increasingly tense as they debated who would be the winner. Beerus would manage to hit Goku accurately. Goku would fall to the ground, unable to move. Just when it seemed that everything was in Beerus's favor, the god of destruction would fall to the ground from his own movement while attacking. "Damn it, I can barely move," Beerus would say. "Everything hurts," Goku would say. "Lord," Dainan would say. "Let them continue until one of them can't move anymore," one Xeno-sama would say. "Yes, let them continue," the other Xeno-sama would say. Goku would stand up and walk slowly toward Beerus. Beerus would also stand up, showing that he could still continue fighting. "Let's finish this now, shall we?" Goku would say, creating a key ball in his hand. "Yes, that sounds good to me," Bin would say, creating another key ball in his hand. They would both attack each other with beams of kilos that would impact each other as they challenged each other to a duel. 3 years would pass after Goku and the others defeated Majin Buu. Our friends would live normal lives, unaware of the visit from a deity. Beerus would awaken from a long sleep after many years. "Lord Beerus, you haven't slept as much as you're used to," Whis would say. "I don't know what you're talking about," Beerus would say. "Let me wake up from the... We'll go out and destroy some planets." Hours later, Whis and Beerus set out to explore Universe 7, but the angel noticed that the god of destruction was very serious. "Lord Beerus, you seem very serious," Whis said, but Beerus didn't answer. "Lord Beerus," Whis raised his voice. "What?" Beerus said, coming to his senses. "I'm talking to you. I'm telling you that you seem very serious," the angel said. "Is something wrong?" "I didn't want to mention it, but I had a rather strange dream," Beerus said. "I dreamt that I had a Saiyan son capable of using destructive energy." "Oh," Whis said, surprised. "What does that expression mean?" Beerus asked. "Nothing," Whis smiled as if he knew something he didn't want to reveal. After several hours, Beerus and Whis returned to their planet. Beerus had the feeling that Whis knew something he wasn't telling him. "Tell me, Whis, is there something I should know?" Beerus asked. "No, I know what you mean," Whis said, sounding somewhat uneasy. "Don't play dumb. If there's one thing you can't do, it's lie," Beerus replied. Meanwhile, on Earth, Goku and Vegeta were training. They were both attacking each other with everything they had. "I'll beat you once and for all and prove to you that I'm the strongest," Vegeta said. "You wish," Goku would reply. Vegeta would unleash a final powerful flash toward Goku. "Damn it, Vegeta, he really wants to kill me," Goku said, terrified. Goku would stretch out his arms to stop the attack. Vegeta was taking it very seriously. He was using all his energy. "Vegeta, don't go too far. We're training," Goku would shout, but his warning didn't seem to work. Little by little, Goku's arms would be exhausted. It was too much energy. "Damn it, if I move from here, it will destroy the Earth," Goku would say. "I can't let him do it." Suddenly, destructive energy would burst from Goku's hands. At one point, the entire attack would disappear completely. What was that? Vegeta wondered, seeing the destruction emanating from Goku. At that moment, Beerus would feel a strange sensation from his planet. "That's right, my dream," Beerus would say. "In my dream, I had a Saiyan son capable of using destructive energy." Demons, Whis would think. "Whis, what about that planet where those savage Saiyans lived?" Beerus would ask. "If it refers to the planet Vegeta? It was destroyed by Frieza a few years ago." "That fool. Now I'll have nowhere to investigate. Look where Frieza is. I want to ask him some questions." "Frieza is dead." "That? Who could possibly defeat Frieza?" Beerus would ask. "It was definitely Majin Buu. He's the only one who could do it." "Nothing of the sort. The being that eliminated Frieza also eliminated Majin Buu," Whis would explain. "It just can't be. He must be very powerful," Beerus would say. "Who was it?" "Wow, I convinced Frieza to destroy planet Vegeta and it turns out he survived. Just that scion," Whis would think. "Let me show you," Whis would say. Whis would use his staff to witness images of the past. He would get to see Goku and Super Saiyan defeating Frieza.
"It's him," Beerus would say in amazement. "It's the Saiyan of my dreams that Hawkeye used." "I see," Whis would say something subdued. Whis, do you know something you don't want to tell me? Beerus would ask seriously. Whis would answer, he didn't want to tell the truth. Come on, talk. Don't make me force you with Zeno-sama, Beerus would say. Oh, that's fine, but he'll have to make a tough decision, Whis would say. I don't know if you remember that gods are forbidden from having children with mortals, Whis would say. Wait. Oh my god, Beerus would say, terrified. It isn't true. Tell me it's not true. That's not true, Whis would reply. Seriously, Beerus would say. Of course it's true, you fool, Whis would say in a bad mood. I'll tell him everything. So that guy is my son, Beerus would say. There can be no other explanation. Many years ago, just before taking her nap, we visited the planet Vegeta. It seems that he drank too much wine that day and things happened, would Whis explain. What kind of things? Beerus would ask. And what do you think? Can you think of any other way to have a child? Whis would ask. Wait, you're not saying I slept with a Saiyan, are you? Beerus would say, terrified. Whis would use his staff. He would show her an image of Gine. He went with her. Well, at least she was the only one he got pregnant, Whis would say. Beerus would see Gine and step aside to vomit. Good heavens, what was I thinking being with a savage mortal? Beerus would say, horrified. I'd better not say where I had it, Whis would say. Anyway, after you fell asleep, I found out that that woman was pregnant with your child. But that Saiyan guy, he's nothing like me, Beerus would say. Oh, of course not, Whis would say. From her womb, I gave form to another Saiyan who was that woman's partner. If he didn't, Zeno-sama would be very upset. So you knew it all along, Beerus would say. I'm not going to lie to you, Whis would say. When that child was born, I felt that he would have a lot of power. So that he wouldn't attract attention, I gave Frieza the recommendation to destroy planet Vegeta. Wait, did you give Frieza an order? Beerus would ask. No, of course not. I just said there was a premonition of a Saiyan revolution, Whis would say. Then he destroyed the planet on his own. You tried to kill my son, Beerus would say furiously. Believe me, if the truth comes out, they will both die at Zeno-sama's hands, Whis would say. Beerus would see Goku's image on his staff. I still didn't believe that was my son. My son, would say Beerus with pride. He can't be serious, Whis would say. Whatever, Beerus would say, clearing his throat. Let's go towards him. If he is using Hawkeye, we'll have to solve this somehow. Beerus and Whis would travel to Earth to meet with Goku and see what action to take. Meanwhile, Goku was having dinner at home with his family. Goku, you haven't eaten your usual food. Is something wrong? Milk would ask. It's nothing. I'm just worried about Vegeta, Goku would say. What did that grumpy old man do now? Milk would ask. Nothing. Well, yes, something happened, Goku would reply. He went too far in training. If he didn't kill me, he would destroy the Earth. Poor me, Goku. To make matters worse, you have no one else to train with. You two are stronger than everyone else, Milk said worriedly. I guess I'll continue training alone. Vegeta has no limits, Goku would say. Sometimes I think if he could destroy the Earth, he would. At that moment, Beerus and Whis would appear out of nowhere inside Goku's home. Milk would scream in terror upon seeing the two strangers. Hey, who are you guys? Goku would ask on guard. Dad, what's wrong? Goten would ask upon hearing Milk's screams. So that's your son, Beerus would say. Hey, don't you dare hurt my family, Goku would say, determined to fight. Goku, who are they? I'm very scared, Milk would say. Don't know. It's the first time I've seen them, Goku would say. I suggest we go outside. We need to talk about an important matter, Whis would say. Goku would go outside along with Beerus and Whis. Very well. Tell us what you want and who you are. And above all, why can't I sense your presence? This is a complicated question, Beerus would say. I am your father. What? Goku would say, not understanding. I am your father, Beerus would say seriously. I know who my father is, and he looks just like me. What Lord Beerus says is true. Lord Beerus? Goku would say, confused. Of course, how rude. We haven't introduced ourselves.
I am Beerus, the god of destruction, and the one accompanying me is my master and servant. His name is Whis. Nice to meet you both, Goku said. My name is Kakarot, Whis said. At least that's the name he was born with on Earth. He likes to call himself Goku. How do you know? Goku asked, confused. Hey, I don't know if I can trust you. We're not enemies, Beerus would say. Damn, I was supposed to eliminate him, Whis would think. Those paternal feelings that I will never understand. Suddenly, the Kaioshin would arrive with Kibito. Lord Goku, Lord Beerus, the Supreme Kaio said, terrified. Hello, Whis said, offended. I'm sorry, Lord Beerus, the Supreme Kaio said, somewhat embarrassed at being ignored. Do you know each other? Goku asked. Lord Goku, you are standing before the God of Destruction, the most powerful being in the entire universe. He came here to tell me that? Goku said, but was knocked unconscious by a punch from Beerus. Lord Goku, the Supreme Kaio said, terrified. I have business to attend to with him, Beerus said. You'd better not interfere, or I'll turn you into a sword like I did with your ancestor. Of course, I understand. Whis, it's time to go. Beerus and Whis would go with Goku straight to the planet of the God of Destruction. What do you think happened? Kibito asked. I don't know, but someone like Goku with his desire to fight alongside the God of Destruction doesn't give me a good feeling, the Kaioshin said worriedly. I think the wisest course of action would be to speak with Mr. Vegeta so that he is vigilant against any threats on Earth. Moments later, Goku would finally wake up on Beerus's planet. Damn, what happened? Goku asked, clutching his head in pain. You're finally awake, Beerus would say. Without hesitation, Goku would launch himself towards Beerus with a punch, but the God of Destruction would simply clench his fist. Wow, I see you're as strong as I was told, Beerus would say that while smiling slightly. Goku could realize the extent of Beerus's power just by attacking him. After all, I now understand why you're a god. You have great strength, Goku would say. You too. I couldn't expect anything less from my son, the one who defeated Frieza and Majin Buu. Goku would move away from Beerus. He still didn't understand why Beerus told him that he was his father. Even if it were true, Goku took it as a joke.
Stop saying you're my father. That doesn't make any sense, Goku would say. Come with me, please, Beerus would ask. Goku would follow Beerus outside his castle. He would realize that he was not on Earth. What place is this? Goku would ask, confused. It's my planet, the planet of the God of Destruction, Beerus said. Mr. Goku, I see you have awakened, he said. Wait, am I very far from Earth? Goku would ask. Goku would bring his fingers to his forehead. I would search for someone's key on Earth, but I wouldn't find anyone. I can't believe it. We're really far off, Goku would say. I told you so, Beerus would say. Wait, are you really my father? Goku would ask. It's hard to believe, but it's true, Beerus would say. Let me tell you a nice story, Whis would say. Whis and Beerus would give him all the details of when Beerus went to Vegeta's planet, except for the part where Whis suggested to Frieza that he destroy it. I can't believe it. Am I really your son? Goku would ask. That's how it is. Whis was in charge of changing your appearance during your mother's pregnancy, Beerus would explain. As we told you before, if the King of All finds out that I had a mortal son, he will destroy us both. Wow, when you told me you were the God of Destruction, I thought that was the ultimate, Goku would say. I never imagined there were stronger beings. To be honest, even Mr. Wills isn't aware of the beings that exist in the universe, Whis would say. There could be very powerful warriors that we don't know about yet. Wow, that sounds great, Goku would say. I'm really excited to meet strong guys. Not so fast, Beerus cautioned. He needs to be clear about something. If it gets out that you are the son of the God of Destruction, Universe 7 could disappear, Whis would say. Universe 7, Goku would say. Now we have to explain to him about the 12 universes, Beerus would say, with a sigh. Whis and Beerus would explain to Goku about the existence of the 12 universes, and also that each one had its gods of destruction and gods of creation, plus an angel. But that only fueled Goku's desire to meet stronger beings. I have to get to know other universes.
I want to see really strong people, Goku would say excitedly. Don't even dream about it, Beerus would say. If you do that, they might realize you're my son. Come on, we're nothing alike. To be honest, even I hardly believe it, Goku would say. Mr. Beerus is right, Whis would say, seriously. Furthermore, my life could also be in danger, and I will not allow that. Hey, don't tell your servant what to do, Goku would say. Beerus would look annoyed. You have no idea of the position we angels hold, Whis would say, offended. He was already starting to despise Goku. Goku, I'm warning you, if you mess with an angel, not even being a god of destruction will save you. Is it that bad? Goku would ask. Even though he was my servant? And master, I'm not even fit to lick your boots, Beerus would say. Really? You're that strong? Goku would say, getting more and more excited. Oh, what a thing. This guy is a danger, Whis would think. I have to find a way to get rid of him. Goku, son, do you want to know how I found out I'm your father? Beerus would ask. As? Goku would say. I sensed you used Hakai energy, and that's something we need to address, Beerus would say. Hakai energy? Goku would ask. That's right, now I remember, something happened. I knew it. You used Hakai, Beerus would say. Yes, I think so. It was like a violet energy that disappeared. A very powerful K attack, Goku would say. Did anyone else see that? Whis would ask. Well, only Vegeta, would say Goku. After all, he was the one who attacked me. Oh, what enemies are they? Whis would say. No, nothing like that. Well, we used to be, but we became sort of friends after things happened, Goku would say. Now that I think about it, he asked me, what technique did I use? Beerus will have to go after Vegeta right now, Beerus would say. Now that I think about it, he must be that little boy, son of King Vegeta, the bastard who kept the most comfortable pillow in the entire universe. Mr. Goku, please stay here, Whis would ask. Hey, will I never be able to return to Earth? It will only be for a while, Beerus would say. I like that. I want to be very strong, Goku would say. I didn't understand that we would be training him, Whis would say. Sure, he's a natural Hakai user. He absolutely must be my successor, God of Destruction, Beerus would explain. Otherwise, they would get suspicious. It's the only way that if he accidentally unleashes a Hakai, it will attract attention. I have to get rid of Goku as soon as possible, Whis thought, since he didn't like him at all. Beerus and Whis would travel directly to Earth, while Vegeta was with the Kaioshin and Kavito. So that's what it was all about, Vegeta would say. I'm sure Kakarot used Hakai. I wonder what Beerus has to do with all this. We don't know, but as you can imagine, someone like Goku alongside a god of destruction could be dangerous, the Supreme Kai would say. We only ask that you pay attention to the Earth, Kavito would say. Since Goku, you're the only one who could protect her. Ha, they only count on me when that useless Kakarot isn't around, Vegeta would say. I find that rather impolite of you. Suddenly, Beerus and Whis would arrive. Lord Beerus, Lord Whis, the Kaioshin would say in surprise. What are you two doing with Vegeta? Beerus asked, suspicious of the situation. Nothing. It's just that we're usually on Earth. Both Lord Vegeta and Lord Goku have helped us a lot in the past, the Supreme Kai said nervously. Whatever, Beerus said grumpily. Vegeta, you're King Vegeta's son, Beerus asked. That's right. Why do you ask? Vegeta replied. I want you to come with me, Beerus invited. Vegeta had faint memories from his childhood of when Beerus would visit planet Vegeta and cause panic. Is something wrong? Vegeta asked. Come and find out, Beerus said. Or do you plan to oppose the god of destruction? Not at all, Lord Beerus, Vegeta would say, terrified. Vegeta would be taken by Beerus and Whis to the planet of the god of destruction. Hours later, Vegeta would arrive and run into Goku. Hello, Vegeta, he would greet Goku. Vegeta would ignore Goku, averting his gaze to the side. Vegeta, don't you two get along? Beerus would ask. Don't pay any attention to him, he's just being proud, Goku would say. And of you two, who is the strongest? Whis would ask. Well, generally I am.
although Vegeta surpasses me at times, but then I catch up, Goku would say. Hey, insect, I'm stronger than you and you know it, Vegeta would reply furiously. Vegeta, relax, it wasn't like we were competing, Goku would laugh. Vegeta, I imagine you want to know why you're here, Beerus said seriously. Well, he hasn't told me yet, Vegeta replied.
It turns out that Lord Goku is Beerus' son, Whis said. What? That's impossible, Vegeta would say. Are you calling Whis a liar? Beerus would ask, giving him a murderous glare. No, sir, nothing like that, Vegeta would say as Goku laughed. Don't laugh, it's not funny, Vegeta would say angrily. Hey, you're really tense, Goku would say. Vegeta, I understand you witnessed Goku using Hakai, Beerus would ask. Are you referring to that energy that destroys even the last atom? Vegeta would ask. Likewise, I see that you are well informed, Beerus would say. Well, I'm almost certain I saw it, Vegeta would say. I honestly didn't even notice, Goku would say. Whatever it was, it saved my life. Otherwise, Vegeta would have killed me. Is that true? Beerus would ask. No, sir, you're just exaggerating, Vegeta would say, terrified. Exaggerated, Beerus said in a sinister tone. Damn, the more I open my mouth, it will be worse, Vegeta would think. It seems that Mr. Vegeta holds a certain grudge against Mr. Goku, Whis thought. I think I can use that to my advantage. I want to see a fight between you two, Beerus would say. Awesome, Goku would say. Vegeta, they certainly won't train. If you say so, Vegeta would reply coldly. Goku and Vegeta would get into fighting stances. Both would transform, bringing out their full potential. Interesting. Saiyans who can transform, Beerus would say. Goku and Vegeta would launch themselves at each other. They would both bump fists together, creating a great rumble. Then they would move at high speed while exchanging blows. It seems that these two have very even power, Beerus would say, analyzing the fight. At first glance, it's hard to say which of the two would win, Whis would say. After several minutes, neither of the two Saiyans gave up. They continued fighting with all their might. Enough, Beerus would say, raising his voice. Both Goku and Vegeta would separate from each other. What do you plan to do, Mr. Whis? Whis asked Vegeta. Goku is my son, but if the gods find out about this, the universe will disappear completely, Beerus would say. I understand, Vegeta would say. Goku naturally possesses the ability to use Hakai. It's still dormant, but eventually he'll learn to use it, Beerus would say. I need to train him for the god of destruction. That way no one will find out he's my son. And what does that have to do with me? Vegeta would ask. Both will train to become the god of destruction, Beerus would say. I don't know if that sounds like a good idea, Goku would say. I don't know if being a god is for me. I need both of them to be my disciples. It's the best way to keep this secret, Beerus would say. Son, I know I haven't been the father you wanted, but believe me, this will be best for you and the rest of the universe. Damn it, why does everything always have to revolve around Kakarot? Vegeta would think. Fine, if you say so, Goku would say. At least I know you'll train us, and that's enough for me. Goku laughed. For the next few days, Goku and Vegeta would be trained by Whis. Goku would show faster progress than Vegeta, and that was something else that Whis would notice. He truly has the blood of a god, Beerus would think. At one point, Goku and Vegeta would be training separately. Lord Beerus, I thought you were going to get rid of Goku, Whis would say. Remember that his existence threatens the existence of the universe. I think my decision was clear. Don't you dare question me, Beerus would say. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to continue participating in this, Whis would say. Do you ever say anything to Zeno-sama? And before I disappear, I'll tell you about the things you and Vadas used to do, Beerus would say. What are you talking about? Whis would ask, pretending not to understand, although it was clear that he did not know how to hide it. Don't play dumb with me. That I never told you doesn't mean I didn't notice, Beerus would say. The High Priest would be very upset with both of them.
Well, I guess I'll have to keep quiet after all, Whis would say. That's what I like to hear, Beerus would say. I'll have to deal with Goku using other methods, Whis would think seriously. He knew he had to carry out his plan against Goku. Whis was training Goku and Vegeta equally. Both showed great potential and could be potential gods of destruction despite their low power, except Whis had other intentions. During the training days, I could read in each of Vegeta's actions his way of being with Goku. More than hating him, I felt envy and resentment towards him. Furthermore, he felt that Vegeta was better qualified to be a god of destruction than Goku himself. Beerus was watching both of them train. He wanted the best for his son Goku, but above all, he didn't want anyone to discover that he was his son. One day, Vados and Champa would come to visit. "What the hell?" Beerus would say. "Champa, what do you want?" Beerus would ask in a bad mood. "Is that how you greet your brother?" Champa would ask. "Damn," Beerus would say. "Oh, visitors have arrived," Whis would say, annoyed. "Stop training for now," the angel would order. "What's happening?" Goku would ask. "We have a visitor," Whis would say. "And don't you dare say that you're Mr. Whis' son, because I'll kill you before you can say a word." Whis and some Saiyans would descend to receive the visit from Universe 6. "Brother, I see you're training potential gods of destruction," Vados would say. "Those are rather hasty conjectures," Whis would reply. "Just because I train them doesn't mean they'll become gods of destruction. But if it's true," Goku would say. Whis would strike Goku in the ribs with the tip of his staff. "Keep quiet," Whis would say. "I have a feeling they're hiding something," Champa would say, seriously. "Mr. Champa, that's none of your business," Vados would say. "Damn, Goku opens his mouth too wide. It could reveal something that would expose him as my son," Beerus would think. "We're a bit busy. I have to ask you to retire." "Aha, you're definitely hiding something. You can't lie to your brother," Champa would say, pointing at him. "Brother," Goku would say. Whis would hit Goku again in the same way. "Hey, that hurts," Goku would say. Whis would do it again. "What part of keep quiet didn't you understand?" Whis would ask with his eyes. "Oh, if I ever become the god of destruction, I'll fire you," Goku would say. "Hey, that mortal treats you with a lot of familiarity," Champa would say, suspecting something about Goku's attitude. "Hey, don't meddle in the affairs of Universe 7, Beerus would say in a bad mood. "I'm going to get into the place I want. I know you're an idiot, and you allow the incompetence of your mortals," Champa would say furiously. "If I were you, I'd make him disappear." "Gentlemen, please," Whis would intervene. "They'd better behave themselves if they don't want me to talk to Zeno-sama about what they're fighting about again. They know perfectly well that the king of everything does not like fights between the gods of destruction," Vados would intervene. "Anyway," Champa would say, annoyed. "What are you doing here?" Beerus would ask. "You have 3 Super Dragon Balls in your universe. I'd say Champa for the other 4. "I won't give them to you," Beerus would answer instantly. "Hey, at least let me finish," Champa would say. "I challenge you to a tournament between the most powerful beings in our universes. The winner will give the Super Dragon Balls to the other." "I'm not interested. You can leave," Beerus would say. "I told you, Mr. Champa, it's a very silly idea," Vados would say. "Shut your mouth," Champa would say. "Beerus, you're a coward. You know that my universe is more powerful than yours," Champa would say, furious. "Honestly, someone like me doesn't have time to think about those things," Beerus would say, showing indifference. "Don't try to be clever with me," Champa would say. "I'm interested in that tournament." Champa would watch Goku in a sinister way. "Nobody asked for your opinion," Champa said seriously. Champa pointed at Goku, launching a Hakai beam from his fingertip. Instantly, Beerus stepped in front of Goku to protect him. With a single blow, he easily deflected the attack. "What the hell are you doing, you idiot?" Beerus yelled beside himself. "Go and wipe out the beings of your universe." "You're protecting a mortal too much," Champa said seriously. It's very strange, especially from someone like you. What a shame, he would have done me a favor if he destroyed him, Whis thought. Mess with a being from my universe again and you'll pay dearly, Beerus said threateningly. Why would it bother you so much if I eliminated a mere mortal? Champa asked indifferently. Because he's the strongest in Universe 7 and he could easily defeat any of yours. That means you accept my challenge, Champa smiled deceitfully. If it takes something to shut your stupid mouth, I'll do it, Beerus said. The tournament will take place in a month. Bring your best men and prepare them, because these two are going to destroy yours. If that's what you think, Champa laughed. Whis, brother, do you have a minute? Vados would ask. Of course, Whis would reply. Whis and Vados would then walk away to have a private conversation. Is something wrong? Whis would ask. That guy named Goku, is he the son of Lord Beerus? Vados would ask. How did you realize? Whis would ask. You can tell from miles away, Vados would say. Don't tell me you knew. We just found out, Whis would say with a sigh. You're supposed to avoid those things, Vados would say. That's what you're an angel for. It was an accident, Whis would say. And how was it? Did he fall between the legs of a Saiyan woman? Vados would ask sarcastically. It's a bit more complex, Whis would say. Whis would briefly explain what had happened to Goku and how he escaped the attack from planet Vegeta and that he had managed to use Hakai once. You know your life is at risk if he finds out the truth, and Mr. Champa won't hesitate to speak, Vados would say. Yours too, Whis would comment. Dill knows things. What things? Vados would ask somewhat nervously, although I thought I knew. It seems the man has found out about the things we do, Whis would say. He said that if I tried to eliminate Goku, he would betray me. I can't believe it, Vados would say. You have to find a way to get rid of it. I have an idea, Whis said, observing Vegeta. Beerus and Champa continued arguing while Goku and Vegeta watched. Vegeta, this is good. We will meet very powerful warriors, Goku would say. I can't wait for that day to come. I'm dying of excitement to fight. Hours later, Champa and Vados would leave, leaving our friends alone. She's finally gone, Beerus would say with a sigh. Hey, I'm dying for that tournament, Goku would say. Beerus hit Goku's chest. This would cough up blood. What are you doing? Goku would say in pain. Vegeta would be terrified to see how effective the blow was. He hit him effortlessly, Vegeta would think. You're an idiot. For being my son, you're a bit of an idiot, Beerus would say. That wasn't necessary, Goku would say, touching the area where he'd been hit. Your attitude almost gives away that you're my son, Beerus would say. Champa was too suspicious. Luckily, I managed to escape. By the way, Whis, what were you and Vados talking about? Beerus asked seriously. He was suspicious of his angel. I wanted to know if you were indeed training them to be gods of destruction, Whis said. Luckily, I also told him that both of them can use Hakai. Wasn't that a bit rushed? Beerus would ask. There will be a tournament in a month. Could he get away? Whis would say. Mr. Goku, Mr. Vegeta, you'd better take this seriously. The beings of Universe 6 are more powerful than those of Universe 7. That only excites me even more, Goku would say. He definitely has the spirit of a Saiyan, Beerus would think. That pleases me. The next day, Goku and Vegeta would wake up in the morning. They were ready to train. Vegeta, now that I think about it, we haven't told anyone else that we're here. They're probably worried. I don't care about that, Vegeta would say coldly. Come on, he can't be that indifferent, Goku would say seriously. Ties bind you too tightly. That's why I'm going to surpass you in this training, Vegeta would say. You wish. Good morning, Whis would say upon arriving. Good morning, Whis, Goku would say hello. Today you will train separately, Whis would say. Why's that? Goku would ask. Because I am the master and I decide, Whis would say. I have studied them, and each one possesses different qualities, so I will train them separately with different training methods. Well, if you think it's the best thing to do, Goku would say. Lord Goku, Whis would point at his uniform with his staff. Goku would fall to his knees on the ground. He could barely move. What on earth? Goku would say if he felt an enormous gravitational force. I increased your gravity on you. Let's work on their stamina, Whis would say. Damn, I'm going to die like this, Goku said, trying to stand up. Stop crying, Whis said. Lord Vegeta, please come with me. Whis and Vegeta stepped aside, leaving Goku alone. At a distance, Whis explained his plan to Vegeta. I imagine you know how dangerous it is if it's discovered that Lord Goku is Lord Beerus' son. Yes, I know that too, Vegeta muttered. So, if I told you that you could be a god of destruction, Whis would ask. I don't understand, Vegeta would say. I will train Mr. Goku badly on purpose and give you the best training, but you have to do something for me, or rather for the universe. You have to surpass Goku and kill him in combat. That's fine, Vegeta would say normally. I thought it was something more elaborate. But just like that, without remorse? Whis would say, bewildered. I thought Vegeta would resist a little longer. If it's to surpass Kakarot and save the universe, I don't care, Vegeta would say. Kakarot is trash to me. Wow, it's colder than I thought, Whis would think. Perfect, we'll do it that way, Whis would say. There's just one problem, Vegeta would ask.
What will happen to Beerus, the god of destruction? Whis would remain silent. I hadn't considered that detail honestly, because it didn't interest me. Sora said that if I kill Kakarot, Beerus will make me disappear, Vegeta would say. By that time, things will be more advanced, Whis would say. Both of you will know how to use Hakai, and you will be so advanced that it will be mandatory for you to become a god of destruction. I don't know, you don't inspire confidence, Vegeta would say. Then I'll train them equally and let Lord Goku surpass him as always, Whis said as he walked away from Vegeta. Hey, Vegeta called nervously. All right, I'll trust you. I see you're a very intelligent fellow, Whis smiled. By the way, I can tell you don't like Kakarot, so I want to ask you something. What do you want to know? Whis asked. Did you have anything to do with the destruction of planet Vegeta? Vegeta asked seriously. That was Lord Frieza's doing. I had nothing to do with it. Now that I think about it, Vegeta began, until he was interrupted by Goku's ki surge. Goku's frantic shout could be heard. He was raising his ki beyond its limits. Impossible! He gave his body a gravity that even he couldn't withstand, Whis said furiously. We Saiyajin are good at surpassing our limits. Get used to it, Vegeta finished saying, seriously. There was still a month to go before the tournament between Universe 6 and 7. Goku and Vegeta were ready to give their best effort, although Goku could never imagine what was being plotted behind his back. Each of them was trained separately. While Goku was undergoing risky and fruitless training, Vegeta was the one who was truly learning new things. Beerus hadn't given much supervision to the situation, but one day he would notice Goku carrying weights while Vegeta was fighting against Whis. How strange, Beerus would say, suspicious of the angel. Beerus would approach Goku. He had training weights on his arms that barely allowed him to move. Goku, what are you doing? Beerus would ask. Training? Goku would say. I can see that, Beerus would answer. I'm referring to your training method. You can do these types of exercises yourself without a teacher. Whis said that Vegeta and I have to train separately because we're different. Furthermore, he says it's personalized training. It's much more efficient, Goku would say. I see, Beerus would say. Beerus would point to Goku's weights. I would make them disappear with Hakai. Goku would stumble, feeling light from the impact. Hey, at least give me a warning, Goku would say as he fell to his bottom. Do you want to learn how to do that? Beerus would ask. What?
Goku asked, not understanding what Beerus was referring to. This is what Beerus would say as he showed a small ball of Hakai. Wow, that must be Hakai, Goku would say. Hakai is defined as anti-energy and anti-matter. In contact with energy and matter, it annihilates every last atom of whatever it is. It doesn't matter if it's alive or dead, if it's organic or inorganic. It makes everything disappear, Beerus would say. Yes, I think I remember that feeling when I countered Vegeta's attack, Goku would say. It was as if it simply disappeared. Mortals can learn to create. It's an art. It can be used in large quantities or for specific things, but that takes practice, Beerus would say. Instead, you have it in your blood, and you did it by accident. Son, you will be very powerful when I teach it to you. I refuse, Goku would say. What are you saying? Beerus would ask in amazement. I really appreciate you wanting to teach me Hakai, but using it will only stagnate me. A power of that level won't let me increase my strength. Furthermore, I want to defeat Vegeta with my own hands. But son, Beerus said in amazement. Look, Goku said, pointing at Whis and Vegeta. You think I didn't notice? Whis is training Vegeta while he distracts me with simple physical training. That's why I approached you. I suspected so, Beerus would say. I'll go talk to Whis. Don't, it'll be worse, Goku would say. What are you saying? Beerus would ask. I already know Whis doesn't like me. If you ask him to train me, it'll only make things worse. Let's do something more interesting. What do you want to do? Beerus would ask. Train me yourself, Goku would request. Beerus would think for a few minutes. He didn't know what to answer. Come on, say something, Goku would say. I don't know. I've never had a disciple. The few times I want someone to be strong, I entrust them to Whis. Although, to what? Goku would ask. You're the son of a god, therefore that makes you a god. Even if my training isn't as effective as Whis's, I'm sure I can awaken that hidden power within you. Come on, you're the god of destruction himself. You're definitely better than him. I don't think you understood, Beerus would say. When I said that Whis, besides being my servant, is also my master, I wasn't talking about someone which was my master in the past and has helped me become stronger than him. What do you mean? Goku asked. Whis is still my master, and believe it or not, I'm not even close to his level. Really? Goku said in amazement. Whis can defeat me with a single blow. Honestly, I don't know why angels are masters and servants of the gods of destruction, but that's how it's been determined by Lord Zeno. If Whis wanted to kill me, one blow would be all it would take. Wow, that's amazing, Goku would say. Whis would continue training Vegeta. He hadn't yet realized that Beerus was talking to his son. This made it even clearer that Whis was giving Goku the attention he needed to truly train him. In the evening, our friends would have dinner before going to sleep. Wow, today has been a very long day, Whis would say. I'll say, Beerus would say. By the way, there's a change of plans regarding the training. What do you mean? Whis would ask. Starting tomorrow, I'll be the one training Goku. You just take care of Vegeta. Oh, what's the reason for this change? Whis would ask. I haven't spent much time with my son, and I think it would be a good activity. Well, I don't see the problem. Perfect. Beerus isn't a good teacher. With this, Vegeta will easily beat his son and could kill him, Whis would think. The next day, Goku and Vegeta would get up early. Well, Vegeta, you'd better push yourself. I'm going to get much stronger. Vegeta would completely ignore him, leaving him alone. After a few minutes, Vegeta would start training with Whis, while Goku waited for his father. Damn it, he's not showing up again, Goku would say. I guess I can't complain. I was always an absent father, and I got what I deserved. Goku would search the castle for Beerus. Finally, he would find his room. Goku wouldn't take long to hear his snorings. That lazy bum fell asleep, Goku would say. When Goku entered his room, he would find Beerus asleep. Hey, wake up, it's time to train, Goku would say. Goku would approach Beerus's bed and kick it. I don't want to, Beerus would yell in his sleep as he fired a beam from Kid's mouth. Goku would narrowly dodge the attack. Damn, that was close, Goku would say, terrified.
Kid's beam would hit one of the explosive hourglasses, causing all the others to explode. The whole thing could be heard from outside. "What was that?" Vegeta would ask. "Lord Beerus's alarm clocks." "Nothing important," Whis said. Goku was coughing from the large amount of smoke, also slightly injured. "What the heck are those things?" Goku asked. Beerus woke up lazily, barely managing to open his eyes. "What time is it?" Beerus asked, yawning. "It's time to train and you're still not up," Goku said, annoyed. "Vegeta and Whis have already started and you're still in bed. Get up." "Just 5 more minutes," Beerus said as he lay back down. "Get up," Goku would say as he kicked Beerus's bed. Beerus would fall out of bed, but he would get up in a bad mood. You could see Hakai energy flowing through his body. Beerus's eyes would terrify Goku. "Wow, I don't think that was smart," Goku said, taking a few steps back. "Now your long-awaited training will begin," Beerus said seriously. Hundreds of explosions could be heard from outside the castle. Beerus chased Goku all over the house as he fled. Hours later, we see Goku lying on the floor. Beerus had given him a promising beating. "Everything hurts," Goku said. "Now then, we'll begin training," Beerus said seriously. "Wait, let me rest," Goku pleaded. "No way, you've already wasted too much time," Beerus said. "But you're the one who fell asleep," Goku complained as he sat up on the floor. "Do you want more of the same?" "Get up and don't be lazy," Beerus said grumpily. Hours later, we see Goku and Beerus begin their training. "All right, what are you going to teach me?" Goku asked. "First of all, I want to gauge your power, so I want you to fight with all your might," Beerus said. "Sure," Goku replied. Goku launched himself at Beerus with everything he had, but the God of Destruction attacked him just with his tail. Goku was sent flying several meters when he was hit in the face. "Ow, that hurt," Goku said, clutching his cheek. "I just told you to fight seriously," Beerus said. "I want you to use those transformations like when you fought Vegeta." "Fine, you asked for it," Goku said. Goku raised his power to its maximum, transforming into a Super Saiyan 3. Beerus was impressed by the great power his son possessed, although he noticed that this state consumed a large amount of energy. "Amazing," Beerus said, "but there's a flaw in that transformation." "I know, it's the cost of energy," Goku would say. "I won't be able to fix this until I improve my stamina, but since you asked me to fight seriously, here I am." Whis would see Goku's transformation from afar. "Can you do that?" Whis would ask Vegeta. "Shut your mouth," Vegeta would reply irritably. Beerus suddenly appeared and delivered a punch to Goku's stomach, knocking him out. Goku would lose his transformation and fall unconscious to the ground. "Perhaps my son has a point. This isn't a good way to train him," Beerus thought. Whis observed the situation. He smiled, knowing that Goku's end was near. Only 2 days remained until the tournament between Universes 6 and 7. Goku and Vegeta were more anxious than ever. "You'll see, son. You'll be vastly stronger than Vegeta," Beerus said. "I hope so. How about a practice match?" Whis asked. "Sounds like a good idea," Vegeta smiled. Goku and Vegeta stood facing each other. "All right, you'd better be ready," Goku said. Without hesitation, Goku transformed into Super Saiyan 3. "I'm warning you, I've improved my stamina. Now my transformation is more stable. If you give me a fight, I can teach you how to do it." "Why would someone like me need such a transformation?" Vegeta would ask with a sinister smile. Vegeta would close his eyes and calm his breathing. Suddenly, a reddish aura would cover his body as his hair turned red. "It's not possible," Beerus would say in amazement. "That's right. As you can see, Mr. Vegeta now possesses the key of a god," Whis would say. "I have the key of a god, but I can't sense his presence," Goku would say. "Because you still have a long way to go," Vegeta would say. Vegeta could reach Goku with a simple punch to his stomach. Goku would lose his transformation and fall defeated. If Lord Bill feels compelled to appoint Vegeta as the god of destruction, he could make Goku disappear, Whis would think. "Well done, Vegeta." "Congratulations," Goku would say as he struggled to his feet. "You're not thinking of fighting me in that state, are you?" Goku would ask. "Of course not," Vegeta would laugh. A few minutes later, Goku would go after Beerus. "Father, I know how to surpass Vegeta," Goku would say. "I doubt you can do it. Besides, the difference in power will be obvious in the upcoming tournament.
I'm sorry, Beerus said sadly. Come on, I'm going to show you something, Goku would say. Goku would place his hand on Beerus's shoulder, and with teleportation they would arrive at the Kami-sama temple. What did you do? Beerus would ask in amazement. It's a technique that Vegeta doesn't know. It's called teleportation. Wow, that's helpful. But what are we doing on Earth? Beerus would ask. Here in this temple is something called the Room of Time, Goku would say, where inside a year passes while outside only a day passes. That sounds good. Now let's go inside and show me how to obtain the Key of a God, Goku would ask. He was determined to learn the Key of a God. In any case, what could happen now that Goku and Bill will train in the hyperbolic time chamber? Can Goku surpass Vegeta, and Goku will also come to have the Key of a God? We will find out all of that in the next part of this theory. Friends, I hope you loved the compilation film. Remember that if you want to see more parts, movies, and theory compilations, this video needs to reach 600 likes, lots of comments, and subscribe for more theories. See you in the next video.